Hi, how are you doing? In this video, we're going to continue with AppLab from code.org. We will be working with levels from 10 to 13, working with the design mode of AppLab. First of all, in level 10, you're going to watch the video and click continue. Remember, your login information are sent on Classera mailbox, so if you forget your username, your password, section code, make sure to get back to Classera mailbox. The login card will be there. Follow the same steps in the login card to sign in to your account. Here we have the design mode on AppLab. We can switch to the design mode from here. Click here. Now we are in the code mode. Here we are in the design mode, okay, where we can add different objects to our screen. Our task here to add a second button to the screen that says write. So we need to drag a button from here, from the toolbox we're having here. Drag one, place it here, okay. Once we are in the design mode, we're having two options. Select the button here. We're having the properties and the event. Remember, properties are the characteristics to describe the object, and event is my action as a user on the object, such as clicking, moving, scrolling down, and so on. How in the design mode, drag in a new button. We already made it. Position and resize it. Then set its ID, text, background color, and font size as we're having here. First of all, moving to the properties, we need to change the ID of the button we just dragged to be button 2. So make it button 2. Remember, the ID is the programming name or the name of the object. When we move here now, the ID of our button will be button 2. Now we need to change the text displayed on the button itself. So instead of the word button, we're gonna make it write. Okay. Then we need to change the width and the height. I need to have the exact measure the same as the left one. So I'm going to select the left button. The properties of left button is displayed now here. So its width is 145 and the height is 70. So move back to the right one. It was 145 for the width and 70 for the height, okay? And we need to change, scroll down, we need to change the background color. Instead of green, make it red. This is not red. Okay, this is red. And we need to change the font size to be, for example, 30. Okay. Now we're done with the requirements. We need to set the ID, we're done, the text, we're done, background color, the font size. Okay, run and finish. Continue. Moving to level 12. Our goal in level 12 is to create a new screen called Write Screen. Add a text label that says you went right, the same as you're having here in the example. Okay, how in the design mode we're going to drag a new screen element, change its ID to write screen, and we need to drag a label on the new screen, change the text property of the label to be you went right. So first of all, we're going to move to the design toolbox, scroll down. Now we're having a screen, drag it. Okay, now we're having an empty screen. We need to change the ID of the screen as we're having here. The ID of the screen should be write screen. Remember, when you give an element the ID name, do not leave any spaces. In programming, spaces are not allowed. That's why we're gonna type right screen, okay? And we're gonna use a technique called the camel technique. The camel technique is capitalizing each word, okay? As long as we are not allowed to leave spaces between any two words, so we're going to differentiate between the start and the end of the words by capitalizing the start of each word. So change right to be capital and screen to be capital as well. Sorry. Okay. Now we're ready to display a label here. So search for a label from the toolbox here. Okay. We need to write on it, you went right. So from the text property of the label, I'm selecting the label and the ID of the label is displayed here. Change the text to be you went right. Okay. We need to change the font size of the label to be, or the text color to be, we need to change the font size and instead of 14 to be like 30. Okay. And we can move it to the center. Okay, we need to change the background color to be red as we're having here. So scroll down, background color, okay, to be red. We can type red. Okay, and we need to change the font color to be white. So scroll down to the text color, and instead of black we're gonna make it white. And this is the transparency. Okay, we can type white. Okay, now we're done with level 12. Click run and finish. Continue. In level 13, our goal is the screen switches to the right screen when the user clicks the right button. How? In the code mode, click here to switch to the code mode. Okay, we're gonna add a new on event to our program. We already have one here, on event left button. Click. When we click on the left button, we're gonna set screen. We're gonna open a screen called left screen, and we may play sound. Okay, any sound for clicking on the left button and opening the left screen. Click run. Okay, from here left we're gonna open a left screen and we're having a small sound. Reset. We need to drag from here on event block. Okay, and we're going to change the ID to be the ID here as button 2. So click button 2. When we click on it, what will happen? We're gonna set screen and type and choose our screen name. Remember, we named it our screen right screen. Okay, so we need to have like a sound here. We're gonna keep it the default one. Click run. When we click left, it will open the left one. Reset, run, click right. It will open our screen, the right screen with a label you went right. Okay, in level 14 we're having a video explaining how to share your app. And level 15 you're going to create your own app, which we're gonna do inshallah when we will be back from the winter leave. I wish you good luck. Your assignment, don't remember, your assignment is finishing levels from 10 to 13. Thank you.